Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Legacy Insights. Glad to have you here. Today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I don't leave home without, the reasons why I carry these particular items. For the most part, these 5 items, gear suggestions, are things that just help me feel a little bit more prepared for certain knowns and unknowns when I'm out and about. So let's dive right in. The first item that I never leave home without is some sort of firearm. Currently, with the weather how it is right now, I tend to choose my compact Glock 19 over the other weapon that I typically carry is a full-size Glock 17. The reason I picked this for this type of weather right now because due to the type of clothing that's more conducive to this kind of weather, it's easier to conceal than the full-size version. My choice of firearm always has a quality light and a quality optic. On this gun, you can see I'm running a SureFire X300 and an RMR Type 2 optic on it. It's the 3.25 size dot on it. The other gun that I typically run, the G17, that one has a Modlite PL350 light and a Trijicon RCR and closed emitter optic on it with a 3.25 dot as the reticle. One other thing that you definitely don't want to go without is an extra magazine in case you have a failure with the one that you have in the gun itself and you need to make a quick adjustment, quick reload, quick change out. It's always faster to swap a magazine out than to try to fix any malfunctions that you may have with your weapon. The second item on the list is some sort of alternate light source that is not on your primary weapon. And the reason for that is if you need to be able to see something that you're not trying to shoot at, you want to be able to illuminate it. I have this small cloud defensive Chicro. It's a very small concealable light. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's extremely lightweight. It doesn't take up a lot of room in my pockets. And it's a great light. It has 2 modes. There's a high output mode and a low output mode. It has a rechargeable USB-C port. So the battery, it's a rechargeable lithium battery, and it lasts a fairly long time. It also has a charge indicator on it, so it lets you know when you turn the light on. It changes from green to a yellowish color all the way down to red, and letting you know when you need to hit a recharge. But you definitely need another light source for those times when you need to illuminate something, whether you drop something on the ground or the light went out and you need to find your way through a building or what have you. It's always a great idea to keep another flashlight on your person. Item number 3 is some sort of pocket knife. I like foldable blades. This one specifically is from Black Scout Survival. It's made out of a D2 steel. It holds up sharpness extremely well, that edge. I've had this particular knife for about 2 years now and I haven't had to sharpen it yet. I've used it for tons of things and it's held up really, really well. I do oil it every quarter or so because sometimes it does condensate in the pockets sometimes with sweat, especially out in the heat, and it'll collect on the blade itself. So I wipe it down, put some oil on it. It's good to have a cutting tool of some sort if you need to cut some zip ties, rope, string, what have you. There's plenty of applications out there where you need to just have a sharp tool to cut something, and these kinds of pocket knives are the best for that. Now, alternately, this could also be a secondary defense weapon if something were to go down with your primary, or if you didn't have a primary, you were in an environment where you couldn't carry a gun, you can have a knife, and you could potentially use this to defend yourself with. But all in all, it's a great thing to have on you, and it's something I definitely don't leave home without. The fourth item on my list is Kevlar Line. Kevlar Line is made of that material that was used to make bulletproof vests. This particular one is 3 strands, and 25 feet of it is rolled up into this little rubber container. Kevlar is extremely heat resistant and has high tensile strength comparable to paracord, but it's actually much lighter than it. So in these kind of applications, it's just as reliable. This cordage of 25 feet can hold up to 200 pounds. And this can be used to tie things off to your car, repair gear. You can cut PVC pipe and other kinds of plastics with it. So it's extremely versatile, and it's a great piece of gear to have with you, especially since it's so small, lightweight, and you can carry it in the coin pocket of your jeans. And finishing up this list at number 5, I always carry with me a handcuff key. Now, besides the obvious benefit of being able to get out of a handcuff, should you find yourself in a position where you need to do that, the handcuff key is an extremely versatile tool to keep on you, because the back pin I've actually used to take takedown pins and other types of pins on the AR platform and the Glock pistols in a pinch. Say you're needing to take something down on one of your firearms for whatever reason, you don't have your tools readily accessible, but you have this handcuff key, you can push things from one end to the other, which I found to be extremely helpful. The other thing that I use a handcuff key for a lot is making adjustments on my optics, specifically the RMRs. The fin at the end of that key fits really well inside the adjustment, the opening, and I can make really fine adjustments with that key if I don't have a tool to do that with. So these are some things that you can use a handcuff key, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's something you can keep on your keychain and have with you wherever you go. And that wraps up the video for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave a comment below. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next encounter. Fun fact: up until the invention of Kevlar in 1965, the main material used in bulletproof vests was actually nylon. When they tested Kevlar to see its viability as a bulletproof vest, they wrapped a bunch of live goats with it and took shots at them. Now, all of the goats survived, except for one of them.